That's my trick to getting attention. I learned that from my mother, who was a teacher for 30 years. Ahlan wa sahlan. Welcome to Arab America Foundation's Connect Summit Gala. We are so glad you are here. For those of you who don't know me, my name is MEA David. And if I look familiar to you, it's because I'm the daughter of this organization's rock stars, Warren and Amal David. Yes. And perhaps one or two of you have seen me on local television here. Channel 7, maybe? Yes? A funny story to share with you. You know, when I first took my job here in Detroit, about, say, 7 years ago, I was a reporter and news anchor. Can we have everyone's attention? Yes. Kindly? Thank you. So, when I was a reporter and news anchor and I first started in this market, I was wearing my Channel 7 jacket and I was out reporting. It was the first couple of weeks in the field, the news truck. I was with the news truck and we pulled up to a gas station and I went inside, and of course, probably won't come as a surprise if the man behind the corner was Arab. And he saw the news truck and the first thing he told me was, "You look familiar." And I thought, wow, this is my first time being recognized by a viewer. This has never happened to me. What a cool feeling. So I said, yes, you probably think I look familiar because I work for Channel 7 and maybe you've seen me on TV. And he said, no. Are you Warren David's daughter? Yes. And it is one of my favorite stories to tell, and one of my favorite moments, because not only was I extremely humbled, number one, I was so deeply proud that people knew me not because of my career, but because I'm the daughter of two exceptional people who are known for their contributions and their sacrifice that stems from an unwavering, unmatched love and commitment to their ancestors, to their community, and to their country. It is through that vein of passion that the Arab America Foundation was born, its first iteration in Detroit almost 20 years ago, and then on to Washington, D.C. And when I tell you, these humans pour every ounce of themselves into this organization, believe me. Every year, after the long hours of planning this incredible summit that has so many components and really takes an army to put together, I ask them, is it too much? Maybe next year you want to take a step back and let somebody else take on this stress? And do you know how they answer me every single year? No words, action. The next day, planning the next year's gala and summit. It is my deep honor to introduce the individuals that are working tirelessly to make sure that my generation, my kids' generation, and their children, and their children, and their children can hold their head high as Arab Americans and feel empowered in every nook and cranny of this great country, in every school, every industry, every workplace. Please welcome my parents, Warren and Amal David.
Thank you, Amira. Well, this has just been an incredible weekend. I've never really seen anything like it. The things that we've seen, the panels that we've listened to, people coming from all over the country. We have people from 26 states here today. Please give yourself a hand. 26 states. Over close to 500 people, 450 people I believe registered. And it really feels good for us to come together and to take back our identity, to assert who we are as Arab Americans. I want to talk a little bit about some of the things that we do with the foundation. As you know, we promote, educate, and connect. We promote the Arab heritage in the United States. And one of the big initiatives that we do, something that we started, the movement, I say we started the movement for National Arab American Heritage Month back in 2017. And I remember Amal and I sitting in an office at 916 G Street, where we had our office at that time, and we felt that there was a need. You know, there was Latino, Hispanic Heritage Month, Black History Month, Asian Heritage Month, but there was no Arab American Heritage Month. Not to say that there were initiatives over the years for maybe from the 80s, 90s, there were Arab American Heritage Days, there were weeks, some people were doing it in California 1 month, some people were doing it in Illinois and so forth, different states, Michigan, but nobody was on the same page. So what we did is we came up with National Arab American Heritage Month. Amal picked April because April was a spring, the new spring, and she felt that was a good month for us to initiate it. We started with a reception. We had one proclamation from the mayor of Washington, D.C., Muriel Bowser, and Debbie Dingell did a proclamation that year, and we had like 70, 80 people. This year, 40 governors signed proclamations proclaiming National Arab American Heritage Month. And I'm going to tell you something. It's not Amal and I, it's our network of people. We have a grassroots network of about 26 teams, as you can see in this room, many of these tables, that went out and got proclamations in their municipalities, in their state governments, and they, you know, we started to grow. You know, the second year we had like, 50 proclamations, and then we had 100. And then, this year I said we had maybe 200 total proclamations, including all those governors. And a big turning point, I have to say, was in 2021, when I asked the White House, at that time the new administration had come in, and I asked the White House if they could recognize it. And they said no. But I was persistent, and they said that they could send a letter. So in 2021, we got a letter, and the letter said that, Arab Americans have made contributions and done good things. We know that, but it was great to hear that, and to see that they had recognized Arab American Heritage Month. Then it kind of went to the government, and many agencies started recognizing it. But it has gone so incredibly, viral, or it's just how it's grown beyond what we envisioned. And I just wanted to share with you, just this year, the National Illinois Food Bank, the U.S. Breastfeeding Committee, the North American Society of Pediatric Gastroenterology, all celebrating National Arab American Heritage Month. The American Influencer Council, Teach Mideast, Deloitte & Touche, Amazon, I spoke at Amazon this year at their National Arab American Heritage Month event. They started a group, Arabs at Amazon, and they have something like 4,000 Arabs from all over the world that are part of it. And the reason they started it was because of National Arab American Heritage Month. They started it just a couple of years ago. We have people here tonight from Fort Mena. Fort Mena, where are you guys? Are you here somewhere? Fort Mena. That initiative, there they are, was started in response to National Arab American Heritage Month. The University of California, Davis, Shepherd Mullen Law Firm, the Metro tap cards in Los Angeles, on the cards for the Metro, it said National Arab American Heritage Month. I mean, you believe that? The Detroit Lions celebrated National Arab American Heritage Month. Buffalo schools had our logo on their website for National Arab American Heritage Month. I mean, I can go on and on. New York State Department of Education, Princeton University, School of, Sunny. It goes on and it goes on and on. And we are very proud that we have taken national, it's probably, in 40 years of activism, I tell Amal, this is probably the best public relations campaign that we've ever done as Arab Americans, and we should all applaud and be proud of National Arab American Heritage Month. I'm going to finish quickly, the second thing we do, so I said we promote, that's a big promotion. The second thing we do is we educate. And we have a website called ArabAmerican.com. It's been around for 18 years. It has 20,000 pieces of content on it. Many of you get, how many get e-news, which goes out to 75,000 people every week. We found out, interesting, there's an NGO that did all these blogs, Middle Eastern blogs, and they picked the top 35. And Sharq al-Awsat was number 1, and we were number 6. I thought that was interesting. So we get picked up in many searches. We have all kinds of content on Arab American heritage, literature, everything, food, all kinds of things. Lastly, we connect. We connect and we empower. We bring Arab Americans together. I always say that no matter what our differences are, politically, religiously, or ethnically, we come together under the Arabic language. I don't care if you're a Chaldean in West Bloomfield, an Egyptian, a Lebanese from Bint Jbeil, a Palestinian Christian in Livonia. We all eat hummus. All of us. We all eat hummus. And I say that in a satirical way, but really we are the same people. We listen to the same music. We all want our kids to be lawyers, doctors, and engineers. We all say ahlan wa sahlan. I mean, we need to come together. And this weekend has been an amazing experience for all of us to come together from all over the country. We need to do it more. We need to be secular. We need to reaffirm our identity. Thank you very much. It's my pleasure to be here and my pleasure to have all of you here. Amal?
Thank you. Big hand. Thank you, Warren. Usually I speak longer than Warren, but not tonight, because we have many exciting events this night. Now, what I want to first thank you again for being here, because I know that you have traveled long distances from Tennessee, from Texas, from New York, from Ohio, from California, from Oregon, from how can I'm now going to forget some states. Even we have guests from Utah. Did I miss any states? Florida, and North Carolina, Arizona, Tennessee, even Canada, overseas. Yes. But the point is, some people say, isn't it difficult to get together? Can I get your attention, please? So, not only to thank you, but to tell you that this is not only to listen to great speakers, and not only to eat hummus tabbouleh and grape leaves and kibbeh, and it's really to bring us together, to show our unity and solidarity with each other and with our people back home. So I'm going to sit down now, but I'm going to recognize 2-3 groups very quickly. Any awardees with us from 2021 until now, please just stand up. Awardees, 20 under 20, 30 under 30, 40 under 40. Thank you. And this is our pride and joy, because we touch the lives of young people. They go back to their states, and many newspapers write about them, television stations, and they put it on their resumes that they are the top achievers in this country, Arab Americans. And we don't choose them, they apply, and then we have judges. Warren and I and the coordinators can't make such a decision. So the other next group I want to recognize is the volunteers, because Warren and I, no matter how hard we work, but we cannot do it without volunteerism. So any volunteers here did anything for Arab American Foundation and the summit in particular? Please stand up. I know some of them are outside. Clap. Thank you so much. Without you, we can't do it. Thank you so much. And the last category I want to recognize is Almost all states we have teams, and we have great team leaders. And we recognize them in the morning, but I want them to stand up now. Please, team leaders of Texas, of Ohio, of New York, of the Florida, please stand up. And Michigan. Yes, thank you so much, because they are the ones on the ground. Warren and I, we cannot be all over the place. Thank you. And I said the 3 groups. Yay. When you hear noise, it's Texas. They have one of the largest groups, I think maybe the largest group, the largest state, Texas. And later on you'll find out why. And I lied, it's not only 3 groups. The last group I want to recognize my family, my sisters, my cousins, my daughters. Please, I don't know, can you stand up? Because they have made a lot of sacrifices. They do many things, a lot of work for the family, and they leave me alone so I can work on Arab America Foundation. Thank you. Thank you to all these groups, and Amira will take over. Thank you. Oh, yes. I was talking about team leaders. We have a special team leader who worked with us for many years, and she has made a difference in the whole state, especially the state of Michigan. Nabila Katish Halim. She's going to say a few words. Thank you so much. Nabila, she is also the coordinators of 20 under 20, 30 under 30, and 40 under 40. Nabila, are you coming? Yes, Nabila is here. She's getting us something. All right, thank you very much. If you don't like your table, if you don't like the temperature, if you don't like the food, please dismiss it and say in Arabic, "Usutru alli ma shuftu minna." Usutru alayna, please, because it's a group of bunch of volunteers. We are not experienced. Maybe next week we'll do a better job with your help. Please, come to us and volunteer. Thanks.
Wow, what a crowd. Give yourself a hand. Oh my God, look at that. I get the best job tonight. I get to speak about 2 individuals that they are beyond amazing. I get to recognize them for their efforts and for all the great work they have done. But I get to greet them one-on-one by myself here, and I think that is just a blessing. Yes, as Ahmad said, I've been involved with the organization is because I really care. I care to see people from all over, from so many different countries, really connecting in such different way, not once a year, by the way, but several times throughout the year. So thank you to the Air America Foundation for giving me the opportunity to do such things. So thank you. Tonight, I get to provide a short presentation about an incredible woman. The award is called Trailblazer. And I want to tell you a little bit about her because I call her Auntie Elaine because she's not just an incredible woman, but wait till you hear the story. The story says Elaine Roman was born 94 years ago in Beit Gala, in Palestine. 18 years later, she married Julius Roman, and together they had 6 beautiful children. At age 39, Elaine, her husband, and 5 of their children immigrated to Ann Arbor, Michigan. It was there Elaine decided that she wanted to continue her education, even though only having a 7th grade education in Palestine, Her passion for learning and determination earned her a bachelor degree and then a master degree in social work from the University of Michigan. At age 50, she continued her dreams of helping families by working at Access and then becoming a social worker in the Ann Arbor Public Schools. She also created a Proud Parent Network show on community television. Some people still remember that, creating over 150 shows highlighting community members. I think of Auntie Elaine as one of the most activist women I know. She has vision. She has never slowed down. Not long ago, Auntie Elaine wrote an incredible book, and she called it The Tapestry of My Life Journey. This is an amazing book. And for those of you who have not seen it, you can definitely order online. You could see me later and I'll figure it out for you. But right now, I want us to stand up and greet this incredible woman for all her efforts. So allow me to mess your hair up a little. Thank you. Hang on a minute. Say anything else? It's all yours.
You touched me. I was touched with the lovely bear. I was blessed with this word about myself. I am honored to be here tonight. I am Palestinian. But all are united, but we are all united with love. I thank you all for being here, and I want to say one thing. I have been here for 2 days, from morning till night, and I can't believe how much Warren and Amal did. They did extraordinary job. I want to... Thank you very much. And I want to, once again, I want to... One page 40, one page 64.
I have beautiful pictures.
Yeah, Michelle. I want to say one quote from my book. Thank you. My grandmother was asked, "What is the secret of your beauty?" She said, "I use the truth for my mouth. I use my ears for listening. I use my nose for smelling the fragrance of the beauty of life. I use my heart for love. I use my hands for nurturing the children. I use my mind to serve others. This number one. And I use my eyes to see the positive in each person. I am strong in my faith. I am thankful for God for all the goodness He blessed me with. Thank you.
Auntie Elaine, these flowers are from the great-grandchildren.
Thank you all for listening for me. I appreciate listening for me. Thank you.
What an honor. And it's so fascinating. The second awardee is a friend of mine, or I think he's still a friend of mine, most valuable player. And by the way, the foundation started this 3 years ago. Thank God, and thanks to the foundation, I was a recipient of one of those awards. And Muna Saddaq, who is in the audience, she was a recipient, and Muna Abdullah was a recipient of an award as well. And tonight, we honor a dear friend of the foundation. If you don't know this gentleman, there's something wrong with you, because you've seen him everywhere. He touches everyone's heart and soul because of his activism, but because of his desire to connect with Arab Americans that have same approach to life and like our heritage. So my dear friend from Texas, don't applaud أهل Texas, لسه بعد شوي. Stefan Atik is a professor of social work. He has always been an absolute amazing support of the foundation and a strength to it. When Amal checked with all the team leaders, what do we think if he should receive the award? See me later, Stefan, I'll tell you who said no. But the truth of the matter is, every one of the team leaders said he is absolutely deserving. We love him. He is the energizer. They called you some other names regarding your energy. But please welcome to the podium my friend Stefan Atik, and from Texas.
Okay, when I take office on January 20th, I promise all the seniors here we will have a new category that says 70 under 70.
No way.
Okay, congratulations to all the ones that won, including Elaine. That's really amazing. I want you to know it's just a matter of choice. And I chose from day one to really be involved. I truly love my people, and I truly am committed to the cause of loving, caring, and working hard for our people. I love you all, and I'm always going to be there for you. May God help us to stay strong and ready to serve in any capacity we're called for. Lastly, I want to thank my team from Texas, you can shout now, and my beautiful wife who's here with me, and my brother whose birthday is 60th tomorrow, and happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday to all of you for being here. God bless you all. Thank you so much.
Linda Mansour and board members, will you please come up, because we would like you to be community up here in Najla and Linda. If you're still here, please come up. And Amal, طبعا.
Well, they're not here, so I am going to present you with this award.
On behalf of the Air America Foundation, thank you for all your services. We love your energy. Keep it up and don't ever give up on us. We'll get there. Thank you all for allowing me this time.
Proud.
And I know we want to move the program along here, so I'll go as quick as possible. I do want to bring your attention to the program book. The last 2 pages have our dearest sponsors, and I call them dearest because this would not have been possible without them as well. Obviously, you know, it takes a village. It takes as much financial support as is humanly possible. So I want to recognize Huntington Bank, our platinum sponsor. There's a plethora of other sponsors, but just some in the champion category: the A.B. Corker Foundation, the Choice Group, Comerica Bank, the Andoni Family Foundation, the Palestinian American Medical Association, Merchant World, Al Arabi TV Network, just to name a few. Please point your attention to this program book because we always want to support the people that support us, okay? At this time, I'd like to turn your attention to the screen to watch a special welcome message.
It's Congresswoman Rashida Tlaib. I'm so sorry I couldn't be with all of you during this amazing and important Connect Summit. Thank you to Warren David, and of course my former teacher, Dr. Amal David. Both of you, the co-founders of Air America Foundation, has really taught us how important it is, and through your dedication, your efforts, in bringing our community together, not only through the Connect Summit, but just a deep appreciation that your foundation is playing a role in uniting Arab Americans across our country. I love that the Air America Foundation's mission is to truly foster a secular Arab identity that transcends faith, cultural, and political differences, really helping us build a more inclusive and diverse Arab American community in our country. I know it's been incredibly difficult and challenging. Many of us are in deep pain, especially again with the continued suffering in Palestine and in Lebanon. It is more important than ever that Arab Americans come together, stand together, and empower one another and reaffirm our identity. I love that the Arab America Foundation helps build a platform for our future youth leaders, entrepreneurs, artists, and advocates who I know will shape the next generation of Arab Americans. As you are coming together and being part of Connect Summit and supporting the important work that Air America Foundation does, please make sure you contribute in uplifting and empowering our community, especially now when it feels very dark. We need moments of light. And again, your work, you all being unapologetically out in the public and supporting again who we are as a community is so incredibly important. Together we can build a much stronger future, promote understanding, and create a lasting change for Arab American families across our nation. Thank you again for coming together, and welcome to the 12th Congressional District. You're always, always welcome. Our doors here are always open to every community, no matter faith, no matter background. And again, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Connect Summit.
Hello. And another warm welcome for you this evening is going to come from the person at the helm of this incredibly special town that we are in right now, Dearborn, Michigan, a town where every Arab in America can come and just feel good in their skin. Intense times when so many of us are desperate to feel seen and heard, it really does make a difference when you have someone who looks like you at the top, using his voice to tell our story the way it's supposed to be told. Please welcome Dearborn Mayor Abdullah Hamoud.
Good evening. Ahlan wa sahlan, marhaban. Welcome to the greatest city in the country. I hear those cheers from Texas, but I gotta say, you're in Dearborn for a reason, because we are the capital of Arab America. For those who I've never met, my name is Abdullah Hamoud, and I have the privilege of serving as the mayor of this great city. I want to thank Ahmad and Warren sincerely for having this event and this function, the Connect function here in the city of Dearborn. And what better place to be in 2024 than in the heartbeat of what seems to be every topic in every paper and every media across the globe. Now there's a few things that I want to bring up. First and foremost, if you don't live here, half of the people in this room are real estate agents. Find one, connect with them. They'll give you the family 2.5% discount before you walk out. This is the place that you want to reside. But on a sincere note, there's been so much that has unfolded over the last year. And oftentimes when this community speaks, people ask us what is top of mind, what is the concern for most of our residents. And for us, when there is conflict that is happening abroad, when genocide is unfolding, it is impacting each and every single one of us in this room directly. And so therefore it is important for us to speak up. Because when we see the images and the videos surfacing, these are images and videos of our families and our friends. When we see towns which have long names, of which the average American may not be able to pronounce, these are our ancestral homes. Homes in which, for example, recently, the grandparents' home for my wife was just decimated in Bint Jbel, the home in which her father helped build. This is deeply personal to us. I'm not here to rain on the parade of the Arab Connect. I'm here to provide context for those who want to listen and understand for what this community stands for. This is a community that stands firm in its values, that wants to ensure that we have healthcare access to all Americans, but also understands you can't equip any government to decimate every hospital across other lands. This is a community that understands we want to uplift all American children and ensure they have the greatest of educations. But doing so also means not equipping tyrants' 2,000-pound bombs to decimate every university and school across the Arab world. We want to ensure that we have a green future, not only for our families to enjoy, to pass on to our children and our grandchildren, but that also means you must prevent the genocide and the ecocide which uplifts and uproots all of the olive trees that our parents and grandparents planted for centuries. That is what we stand for as a community. And if there's any note that I can leave you on, it is the note and it is the umbrella that encapsulates this organization. It is be amongst one another and stand united with one another. Yes. If there's anything that has unfolded over the last year, let it be known that they are unified in their oppression of the Arab community. Therefore, we should be unified in our stance against the oppression. Be you from Yemen, from Syria, from Iraq, from Lebanon, from Palestine. I often tell folk, دمي لبناني بس قلبي فلسطيني وأصلي يمني. And that is the heart of all Arab. Thank you so much for coming to the city of Dearborn. I hope you enjoy your time while you're here. Thank you so much to the Arab American Foundation. God bless all the work that you do. Wassalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Mayor Hammoud. We wanted to also, Mayor Hammoud also applied to be one of the candidates, and he was selected for 40 under 40. So we want to give him his medallion. We want to congratulate him on being an awardee.
For Linda, we want to take a picture.
Sure. Linda and Nejla on our board.
Are you here? No, because let's go. Yeah, okay.
Next, a man that I always say needs no introduction because I've introduced him before. Anyone who's followed Arab American civil rights in this country knows who he is. He stands for democracy, he stands for representation. He has a 50-year track record of advocating for the Arab American diaspora. You may know him best as the co-founder of the Arab American Institute and Zogby Research Services. Please welcome Mr. James Zogby. Dr. James Zogby, I stand corrected.
Stefan took my joke. I want the 80 under 80. I figure though, the older I get, the easier it might be, because 100 under 100, I mean, if I get that long, there'll be less of us to mess around with. I just want to say a word about Abdullah Hammoud. I don't think anyone who has watched this tragedy unfold over the last year has failed to be impressed. I think everyone has been impressed with the performance of this young man. My Uncle Farid used to say, the young generator. He gives me enormous pride in where our community is going and what our leadership is going to look like in the years to come. And I want to thank you, Warren and Amal, for what you've done, what you've put together, and how gracious you've been to me over the years. Thank you very much. I can't help but begin. I have to say, I walked in the place today. I haven't been traveling a lot since COVID. None of us have, actually. I came in and I saw it's the Mike Guido something, and I said, holy shit. He's probably rolling over in his grave right now. All due respect to those who've passed before us, but I remember we founded the Institute in 1985, and we had a founding event in Washington, and I got a call a couple days later from Suzanne Serini, who many of you remember. No, she might be here tonight, saying you gotta come. Mike Guido just sent a tabloid out to everybody's home, what to do about the Arab problem. They're dirty, they let their kids play out on the lawn, they don't speak our language, they don't share our values, and they're ruining our darn good way of life. We were shocked. The community was shocked. They came here, I remember giving a speech at Bint Jbeil saying, you're not the problem of Dearborn, you're the promise of Dearborn. And we went to get the rolls, the county clerk, to get the voting rolls. There were less than 1,000 registered voters out of 19,000 people. So with Ish Ahmed and a few others, Joe Baraja, we helped fund some voter registration projects here. And by 1996, we were up to 7,000, 8,000 registered voters. And I came here to an event that we hosted, our leadership conference, and Mike Guido came. Spoke a couple words of Arabic. My dear brothers and sisters gave me the key to the city. The guy sitting next to me was from the White House, Bob Nash. He leaned over and he said, son of a bitch knows how to count. And today, it's an Arab American mayor. It's an Arab American city council. It's an Arab American police chief, Arab American legislators, Arab American congresswoman. It is the promise of Dearborn. This community has risen to enormous heights, faced enormous challenges, and succeeded in building an all-American city that is doing great things. And I'm really proud, and I think about it in the context of what's happening, because to just borrow that phrase, well-worn, it's the best of times and the worst of times. Best of times in the progress we've made as a community. The fact that we have built relationships and alliances. Look, when I started the Palestine Human Rights Campaign in the 70s, we were invited to join the Coalition for a New Foreign and Military Policy. And we won the vote, but we were asked to withdraw because 3 groups objected to us being there. They said if the Arabs are in, we'll lose support. In '83, the 20th anniversary of the March on Washington, Martin Luther King's March, we were invited to join the National Steering Committee. 3 Jewish groups said that they would withdraw if we were in. And thank God it was Jesse Jackson who fought for us because we stayed in. Jesse Jackson was the first presidential candidate to welcome Arab Americans into his campaign. And it wasn't easy. He got me a slot on the Democratic National Committee in 1988, and the party leaders came to me and said, we want you to withdraw because the Republicans and the Jewish groups will use it against Dukakis if you're on. We talked about it, I cried about it. I hated being rejected. Who doesn't hate being rejected? But it was Ron Brown who came to me and said, if you do it, he said, I promise I'll make it up to you. And he was the first party chair to come to an Arab American event. First party chair to welcome us into the party. Said to the people in the staff, he brought me over to the party headquarters on his first day on the job, and he said, our party is open to Arab Americans from now on, and we will not reject them again. We had money returned, we'd had candidates reject endorsements. We were a pariah. And that is not the case anymore. It is not the case anymore. We have more elected officials across the country than we ever thought imaginable on so many levels, not just Congress and state mayors, city council, school board. And there's not a place I go to in Washington where people don't come up to me and say, I interned for you. I was an Arab American, so proud of what you guys do. Thank you so much for what you do. We have done enormous work in this country. We're part of the center of the political, we're part of the mainstream all across the country. And when tragedy hits, and we're in the middle of a genocide, we're in the middle of a horror, a nightmare in Gaza that, look, I've been through 1982, there's nothing like it. This is the worst I've ever seen anywhere in the world. And it's happening to our people. But we're not alone. We were alone in 1982. There was nobody coming to us. But we are part of a broad coalition of people, of Black, Latino, Asian, progressives, young Jewish kids. People who helped us, the uncommitted movement was a broad national movement. We were in the center of it. We were in the center of it. We're not rejected. We're now the center of American politics. We may not be winning, but we're sure a long way further than we were 4 decades ago. And don't look at progress and spit on it. Look at progress and take hope in it, because we're moving forward. I wish we could save lives faster. I wish we could stop the bloodshed. I wish we were in a position to be the decisive factor that would stop America from doing what it's doing across the Arab world. We're not, but we're getting there. And we're not getting there alone. We're getting there with allies and coalition partners. I mean, Black Lives Matter is a partner of ours. The women's movement are partners of us. The young kids across the country fighting against guns, they're partners of ours. We have partners. Like I said, I remember when we had no partners, and we got them now. That's something we have to feel proud of. That's the work we've done. And so when you look at this election, don't think about it as standalone. Think about it as part of a coalition that has partners. We've counted on them, and they're counting on us. And it is a nightmare what's happening, but it can be worse. I remember people saying, it can never get worse. It can always get worse. And our job is to do what we can do to keep doing what we're doing, to make it just a little bit better all the time. Lives depend on it. Look, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for, but honest to God, you got to tell me, if you vote for a third-party candidate, how the hell is that going to end the genocide? Tell me how it ends the genocide. What does it do to end the genocide? I'll tell you what's going to end the genocide. When we join with our coalition partners and we make a difference in America in the next few years, building together to change American politics to save lives. Our lives, our people's lives, and ultimately American lives, because America's on the wrong side of history everywhere in the world right now. We can help save America. It may not want our help, but we can save it.
How would we know if we vote for them? Shame.
I'll tell you what's a shame. What's a shame is what's happening in Gaza is a shame.
Exactly.
What's happening,
exactly.
what's a shame is if we do not accept our responsibility as citizens to vote and vote our conscience. Yes, you have one vote, I have another vote.
Sure.
We have to have a dialogue with each other about how to vote. And I'm just telling you, sir, honestly, all due respect, I do not want Donald Trump in the White House. And you know who else doesn't want Donald Trump in the White House? Women, Black people, Asian people, immigrant people. Go talk to Haitian fathers in Springfield, Ohio, who are afraid to send their kids to school. Ask them what they think. Look, you know what? You and I can have a conversation afterwards about it, but you got to tell me, you got to draw a line for me between voting and ending genocide. And if you think Donald Trump in the White House ends genocide, then go for it, man. The question is, I do not believe that's the case. So I'm going to stop there because I wore out my welcome already, and I've done it before.
I love you.
But honestly, and I love you too, but I have to speak my truth. I have to speak my truth. And I feel my truth deeply. Thank you.
Everybody has to stay true to who they are in their heart, each individual. Our last speaker this evening is someone who decided to be with us tonight without any hesitation. He is a rising progressive star from the state of California who has not been afraid to push his party to do more in Congress, even when he's the lone voice doing it. He has advocated for a total ceasefire, spoken up for the need to enforce international laws, reshape American foreign policy in big ways. We all have to face the world as it is, but it is clear that many, like our next speaker, is striving for what this world can and should be, little by little. I'd like to please welcome to the stage Congressman Ro Khanna.
Thank you for having me. First, let me just say, in Mayor Abdullah Hammoud, you have a real rising star, and I had contacted, my heart goes out to him, his family, for the awful killing of his cousin and what happened to his wife's grandparents' home. Let me say something about Dr. Jim Zogby, but let's put this election to the side. Jim Zogby is almost 80 years old. When Jim Zogby was active in politics, starting out, forget that there were no Arab American or Muslim Americans involved. There were no South Asians. There were very few people of color. And Jim Zogby in the 1980s had the courage in the 1980s to talk about a Palestinian state and Palestinian self-determination. And he'd often be the only person in the room. I'd like Jim Zogby to stand because I think his community owes, and we all owe him, a debt of gratitude for his service and leadership. Now, I'm not going to talk long, and I'm not here to talk about this election. I'm here to talk about the next 10 years and how we get to where we want to go. You see, I was in this morning with a group of Lebanese Americans, and I had a friend there, Chief Krause is here tonight, Jewish American. And the question for us is, how do we get to a Palestinian state? How do we actually move to Palestinian self-determination? For me, people say, why do you care about this? See, for me, the issue is personal. My grandfather, Amarnath Vidyalankar, spent 4 years in jail alongside Gandhi, fighting British colonialism. And it is the same British colonialism that my grandfather fought for against that has caused so much of the havoc in the Middle East. If you look at the history of the Balfour Declaration, which you know, and the British Mandate. And so to me, the question is, how in America, in a new multiracial democracy, do we move forward to actually get the Palestinian self-determination in a state and actually have peace and justice? I believe that it is possible. I believe it is possible. I believe it is possible because of a new generation in Congress. Yes, okay, there may have only been 37 of us who voted against offensive weapons and then blank checked to Netanyahu, but there were 37. There were 37. And that movement is growing to seek a fair solution in the Middle East. When I was in the Middle East recently, in Saudi Arabia and in Jordan, and met with King Abdullah and met with some of the leaders in Palestine, in Saudi Arabia, they said something very poignant to me. They said the new generation before all that happened had forgotten about the Palestinian cause. But you know what? They have not forgotten now. Every American president needs to realize one thing. There will be no peace in the Middle East. There will be no progress until there is a settlement, and a just settlement of the Palestinian issue. That is the obvious to anyone who visits the region and talks to people. So I will do my part to continue to make sure that we don't have a blank check, to continue to make sure that we can have a Palestinian state. The United States should recognize a Palestinian state living side by side with a secure Israel. But here's my ask of you. Here's my ask of you. We are so divided in this country. We have lost the ability to talk to each other. We put aside geography, party. We're screaming at each other. We're yelling at each other. I understand it. I understand the anger. I understand the anger of someone whose family has been killed. But we need to understand that it's time for us to have a conversation with some grace, with some empathy, with some healing, first in the United States and then around the world. See, in Michigan, you have this incredible opportunity. You have such a vibrant Arab American community, such a vibrant Muslim American community, such a vibrant Jewish American community, such a vibrant South Asian community. People who have ancestors who perished in the Holocaust, people who had ancestors who were colonized, people who were ancestors who have been fighting for a state denied since 1948. And we can either spend the next years in this country fighting against each other, angry at each other, yelling at each other, or we can start to listen to each other and build some sense of common purpose. I have hope in this next generation for a better kind of politics, for a more inspiring kind of politics, for a politics where we can listen to each other and try to find a way towards peace. That's what will honor my grandfather. That's what will honor people like Dr. Zabi. That's what I hope can begin here in Dearborn to set a message around this country and around the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Congressman. And it is now my honor to bring Sara Shahayeb Alawar back into the fold this evening. She's a licensed auctioneer on top of being an extraordinary MC, so you didn't know that. She's a woman of many skills, and she's going to conduct our auction this evening. That will not be very long, don't worry. We're going to make sure you get fed very soon. Sara.
Hello everyone, how we doing? We doing okay? I know we're all very hungry. Bear with me, I just want to get another microphone if possible, so I can walk around and see all of your beautiful faces. All right, fantastic. So if you are with me today, you know who I am. I'm Sara Shahayeb Al-Awad. I am a professional MC. I live in Houston, Texas. Michigan is my home state. I am a Lebanese American. I was born here. I go to Lebanon every summer. It is a place where my heart always remains. I've been a philanthropist for Lebanon since I was a child. It's a place that I feel so passionate about. My husband and I, in lieu of gifts for our wedding in 2021, started a CAP fund, that's a Center for Arab American Philanthropy Fund, where we donated $25,000 to initiatives that we care about for Lebanon. And I just want to encourage philanthropy in our community. It's something I was raised with, thanks to my beautiful parents who are here tonight, Kamal and Yasmin Shahayeb. They taught us generosity, they taught us to give back, and I'm so grateful for you guys for teaching me that. I'm extremely emotional tonight. Lebanon and Palestine, and Syria and Sudan and Yemen mean so much to me. passionate as uplifting the Arab world. Okay, and I can't do it without you tonight, okay? I need each and every one of you to be with me, to raise funds. We have to claim our Arab identity. It is being stolen from us, okay? So tonight we need to unite, okay? If we want to continue to have the Arab America Foundation do its beautiful work in uniting us and keeping our heritage alive, we have to support them monetarily, okay? So who's with me? Okay? Yes, thank you. Thank you so much. So tonight we're going to unite in power, no more tears. Okay, I'm going to leave those at the door. Excuse me for that. Thank you for accepting my moment. I'd like to mention that a portion of the proceeds tonight will be going to Palestine and Lebanon, okay, in addition to supporting the Arab America Foundation. Now, I have a team, I have an army of people, my volunteers. Please, if you could just stand up around the room. We're going to be helping me go around, tapping the people who are putting their hands up. If I see a hand up, we're counting that as a bid, okay? So my team of people, please raise your arms. And can we raise the house lights? Is there any way we can raise the house lights? So we can see? Any way we can do that? Okay, that's all right. We'll have the dim lighting. So my volunteers are the ones who are standing right now. I need a team of you. There we go. There are the house lights. Okay, now you guys can all see my tears, even better than before. Okay, we're going to start with our first item. It is a piece by the magnificent Lebanese-American artist, Helen Zougheb. You're seeing her piece here behind me. This is Helen herself. I've had the pleasure of talking to Helen in person. She is so passionate about uplifting the Arab world as well. The piece is there behind us, live and living color, actually, on the auction table, if you'd like to go and view it. But this is what we're bidding on for tonight, okay? This is a 39 by 53 inch piece. It's called Reimagined Piece. Helen is a Lebanese-American artist based in DC. Her paintings have been on display at the White House, World Bank, Library of Congress, and several US embassies around the world. Helen's hope is you hear her voice through her paintings and with the reimagined piece to bring hope and optimism to our world, especially now. Oh my goodness. All right, so this gorgeous piece is valued at $3,000, but this evening, we're going to start the bid at $750. Who would like to begin our bid this evening at $750 to get this Helen Zougheb painting? Again, you are helping preserve our heritage. You are getting a painting to go along with it while you are contributing to an amazing cause. Who's going to start us off at a $750 donation? Thank you so much. We have our first bid right here at $750. Thank you so much, sir, for your generosity. Now we're asking for $1,000 for the Helen Zougheb painting. Again, this is a 39 by 53 inch piece. This will look beautiful in your home, lighten up your space for you with all those brilliant colors. We're asking for a $1,000 donation. $1,000 on this side of the room. Anyone for $1,000? Everybody now $1,000. We have $750 locked in over here. Anyone able to up that bid to $1,000? Anyone now for $1,000? All right, $750 going once. It's a $3,000 piece. $750 going twice. All right, we have $1,000 right here. Anyone able to bid now? $1,250. $1,250. We actually had 3 arms go up over here. Mom and Dad? I know you did. You guys are locked in at $1,000. Anyone for $1,250? $1,250. Anyone able to bid? $1,250. $1,250. Okay, we have $1,000 going once. It's a $3,000 piece. Could be yours for $1,250. It's quite heavy. If anyone is willing to go and grab it and show it around, we have a $1,000 donation on the table, ladies and gentlemen. We're just asking for $250 more at $1,250. Anyone able to bid at $1,250 this evening? Of course, we have Stefan. See why he's the MVP of Texas, and his brother, along with his brother. Let's give him a round of applause. All right, Stefan, bring this around to our folks so we can see. This beautiful piece by Helen Zuhaib. Remember, her works of art have been displayed at embassies all over the world, at the White House, at the World Bank. It's truly a treat to have this in your home. So again, we have $1,000 locked in right here. I'm asking for $1,250. Anyone able to bid now? $1,250. We've got $1,250 locked in right here on this side of the room. Yalla, let's keep it going. We have $1,250 right here. Thank you so much for your generosity. We have $1,250 locked in right here. Able to bid now $1,500. We were asking for $1,500.
How many copies?
Pardon me? How many copies are there? All right, so we're asking for $1,500 over here. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you. We're late bloomers in this crowd. I know to be patient with y'all. Okay, so we've got a $1,500 bid right here. Now I'm asking for $1,750. Who can bid now for $1,750? $1,750. Able to bid now $1,750. Let's up down. We reach our $1,500 marker. Let's up it now to $1,750. Anyone able to bid now $1,750 right here? My dad. Thank you, Baba. All right, we got $1,750 right here. Now we're asking for $2,000. Anyone able to bid now $2,000? We got a $2,000 bid on the table. Got a $2,000 bid. Able to bid now $2,000 right here on the left side of the room. That's what I like to see. Yalla, thank you so much, sir. All right, now we're asking for $2,250 to $2,250. Anyone able to bid now? $2,250. We got a $2,000 bid right here that's locked in right here on this side of the room. We got a $2,000 bid right here. Yes, we do. Now we're asking for a $2,250 bid. Anyone able to up that bid at the $2,000 marker? We're asking for $2,250. All right, we've got 2,000 going once. 2,000 going twice. I can't see because of the painting. 2,250 locked in right here. 2,250. Now we're asking for 2,500. We get a 2,250. This is what we got. 2,250 locked in right here. Now we're asking for 2,500. Able now 2,500. Anyone able to bid now 2,500? Able to bid, able to bid, able to bid. 2,500. We got a 2,250 locked in right here from this. Are you getting a bid over the phone?
Tatiana, Hawa.
Are you getting a bid over the phone? I love it. We have call-ins this evening. That's amazing. All right, 2,250 is locked in right here. Let's open now to 2,500. Anyone able to bid now? $2,500. $2,500 is only $250 more than the 2,250. We got a $2,500 donation right here in the back. Thank you so much, sir. We're giving things fun at table number 24. Excellent. We got 2,500 locked in. Yalla, let's keep it going. 2,750. Able to bid now, 2,750. Be careful where you're flailing those arms, gentlemen. I'll be thinking that you're bidding on this item. $2,750. We got 2,500 locked in at the back at table number 34. We are asking now 2,750. We're going up by 250 each time. 2,750. 2,750. Able to bid now. 2,750. I'm saying it loud so your sister can hear us over the phone. All right. 2,500. Going once.
What's the amount? 2,750.
We're asking for 2,750.
2,750. Let's do it. Let's do it. 2,750. You ready? Do it. No.
Okay, $2,500 going once.
Just a minute, maybe we get 26.
2,500 going twice.
Just a minute. 20.
It's because he's the MVP of Texas where I live. That's why I'm letting this happen. All right, we got a $2,600. We're locked in right here. $2,600. All right, now I'm gonna up it again to $2,750. Able to bid now, $2,750. This side of the room is showing a whole lot of love. That's right. That's how we do it in Texas. $2,750. And you're bidding out 2750. Got it locked in at 2600. 2600 is the final bid that we just got right here. We got 2750 right here. We're keeping it going between the two of you. We got a war now going. Let's keep them going. Yalla! Cheer them on. 2750 locked in right here. We're keeping up now to 3000. That's what it's valued at. Let's go right now for $3,000. Anyone able to bid now $3,000? You got it locked in at 2750. Able to bid now 3,000, 3,000. 3,000? 3,000 going? 2750 is where we locked in. 2750 going once. 2750 going twice.
Hold on, she's about to say something.
I thank everyone for their patience. We're having fun with this bidding war over here.
No, 2750.
And sold to 2750 in the back. That was fun. Mabruk, mabruk. Okay, friends. Our next item, we only have two more. Just two more items, okay? And these ones are gonna go a little bit faster. I know everyone's anxious to eat. All right, look at these beautiful images here behind me. Up for auction tonight is a Bradford portrait in Miami luxury condo stay. So what this includes, you get a 2-hour photo session, including a 1-hour editing session with the Bradford art director. You can do it with your family or as an individual. It includes a $500 credit towards a frame or a one-night stay at the luxurious Miami Hotel. Ooh la la. All right, also, you get a 7-night stay at a high-end condo directly on Miami Beach. It's a 2-bedroom condo. Perfect for a family, maybe a couple's trip. Maybe your husband snores, you want him to sleep in the other room. It's perfect. You got 2 bedrooms. It's valued at We want to thank our generous donor. Please, if you don't mind standing, just so we can recognize you. Thank you so much for donating this evening. That's what it's all about, ladies and gentlemen. Giving back. So, again, you're seeing all the info here. Professional portrait, a Miami condo stay. This is valued at $10,000. Okay? But we're going to start the bid this evening at $3,000. Okay, who's itching for a vacation? Who's been in need of a family portrait they've been saying they've been wanting to do for a while? Okay, this is your opportunity. Get on a plane, get out of cold Michigan for my Michigan folks, head down to Miami, sit on the beach. This is your vacation you've been waiting for. This is a $10,000 vacation plus a portrait photo session. Valued at $10,000, we're starting the bid at $3,000 this evening. Anyone able to start us off at $3,000 this evening? $3,000 is where we're starting our bids this evening. Anyone for $3,000? Anyone for $3,000 this evening? Miami's an expensive place to stay, y'all. You'll be getting a lot of stuff. $10,000 value just for $3,000. Remember, this is about maintaining our Arab heritage. Okay, we're gonna drop it down to $2,500. Anyone able to bid $2,500 for this fantastic photo session along with a condo stay for a week on Miami Beach? It also includes a beautiful frame or an extra night at the beautiful, luxurious Miami Hotel. Is any guy out here in the doghouse? Do we need to get a little present? You're in the doghouse or you're bidding at $2,500? $2,500! Yes, I love it. Thank you so very much. $2,500 locked in right here. All right, we are bumping it up now to $3,000. It was the doghouse thing I said, wasn't it? All right, we got $2,500 locked in right here. We got $3,000 now. Who was able to bid at the $3,000 mark? We got $2,500 locked in. We're asking for $3,000. Now remember, you are helping the Arab America Foundation continue to do its vital work. We want our future children to follow in our footsteps and not forget where they came from. This organization is making sure of that. We have to support them in order to do that. We are asking for $3,000 this evening. We have $2,500 locked in right here. $3,000 is what we're asking for next. $3,000. Anyone able to bid now? $3,000. $2,500. Audio-visual team, are we able to see the photos again? Can you replay that last video, the professional portrait in Miami condo stay? All right, we got $2,500 locked in. These are the beautiful portraits that can be in your home with your children. Again, maybe it's an anniversary trip, or heck, maybe it's a solo trip. And you want portraits for yourself, or just for your children, in addition to a beautiful vacation. All right, this is Miami, friends. This is where you can spend a week. So we have this gentleman here locked in at $2,500. Now we're asking for $3,000. Anyone able to bid now? $3,000. We're asking for $3,000. We got $2,500 locked in right here with this gentleman. $2,500. $2,500 going once. $2,500 going twice. And sold for $2,500. Congratulations, sir. Okay, this is our final item. We are just in vacation mode, apparently. So, this is another fantastic vacation option for you. This is a 1-week stay at a timeshare at Vidanta Resorts in Mexico. An unforgettable vacation experience for 4 people. This was generously donated by Dr. Sami and Hanan Ismail, who are here in the crowd tonight. Let's thank them so much for their generosity for donating this tonight. Now you can choose a timeshare location, either at Riviera Maya, Los Cabos, Acapulco, or Puerto Vallarta. So you have options. The Grand Bliss Suite includes a jacuzzi, kitchen, living room with modern furnishings and a private terrace with a small outdoor pool with full access to golf courses, beach clubs, and spas across the resort. This is also valued at $2,000. We're gonna also start this bid this evening. This is Mexico, my friends, okay? I don't know about y'all. I've been to 37 countries around the world. Mexico is still my favorite place to vacation. It's the best. So we're gonna start the bid for this evening at $2,500. Who's itching for that Mexico vacation at $2,500? Again, this is valued at $10,000. We're asking for $2,500 this evening. Anyone for $2,500 this evening? Again, this is a $10,000 value. Remember, folks, thank you, Mom. Okay, we got Mom over here. Thank you so much for $2,500 locked in. I know you and Dad could use that vacation. Anyone for $3,000 this evening? Careful, Ahmed, I saw your hand up. I'm gonna call on you. All right, $3,000 is what we're asking for this evening. Got $2,500 locked in right here. We're asking for $3,000. Remember, a portion of the proceeds this evening are going to Palestine and Lebanon. If you've been looking for a way to give back to your people, this is your opportunity. Again, it's for 4 people. Combine yourselves together. Pool your money together. $3,000 is what we're asking for this $10,000 value vacation. So now we're asking for $3,000. We got $2,500 locked in right here by my beautiful mother. Anyone for $3,000? $3,000 from this 1-week vacation in Mexico. $3,000. Anyone able to bid now? $3,000. Come on, my friends. Anyone for $3,000? All right, we got $3,000 there in the back. Is that you, Sada? Oh my gosh, you go, girl. Okay. Sada, you also need a vacation. You work very hard. We got $3,000 locked in right here. Now we're asking for $3,500. Anyone for $3,500 this evening? We got $3,000 locked in. I love that it's the females. I love it. The females are feeling generous this evening. Good stuff. Anyone for $3,500? Anyone for $3,500? We got a $3,000 bid locked in right here. We got $3,000 going once. $3,000 $3,000 going twice. And sold for $3,000. You're going to Mexico. My friends, I want to thank you so much for bearing with me this evening. Again, philanthropy needs to be a part of our upbringing and what we do. This is how we make change. Thank you so much. My name is Sada Shayib Al-Awad. I hope all your family is safe abroad and here at home. God bless.
Hello, and I would like to also introduce to the stage someone who is really going to share with you how else you can support this organization. Say if those dollar values are too much, there's much more room, and of course we appreciate anything you'd be willing to give. And he'll explain another donor, which we hope will incentivize you to give tonight. This is Rush Darwish, and he's the president of the Arab American Business and Professional Association, and he's also an organizer for Arab Americans Forward, and he is joining us from Chicago, right?
Yes.
Chi-town.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? It looks because Sarah kind of walked around. I think we're going to have to do that again. One more time. How are you all doing tonight? It's so good to see you all. And I'm going to be very, very honest with you. My drive today from Chicago up to Dearborn, you can't help but have a lot of thoughts in your mind. And of course, through this entire process, people are asking me, and I'm certain they're asking you, are you okay? And I have to be as honest as I can. Lately, I have not been okay. Matter of fact, I've been hurting. I've been feeling down, a sense of depression, and almost a feeling that I want to give up. Because like many of you, I'm on my phone, I'm watching TV, and I'm up late at night watching endless amount of content, endless amount of images of what I will call it, and exactly what it is, a genocide. And you know, this hurts, and all of us are in pain right now, and there's something that we all need to understand, and I'm certain you may know this, but some may not know this, is that when we think about that word, which is an ugly word, it really is, but that's the reality of what's happening on the ground in Gaza, is that the genocide is not just the brutalization of innocent civilians, those horrible, horrible images that we are seeing on the ground on a daily basis. Oh no. The genocide is also what we call psychological warfare. It's supposed to transcend and to bring us all down and to make us feel that whatever we do doesn't matter. Make us feel that we are hopeless and all of what we're trying to do is possibly a waste of time. But then, as I drove here and I got to the Arab America Summit, then I realized that there is something that they can never take away from us, and that is our hope. And tonight is why we're here today, is because of the hope, and we are resilient. And what's most important is that no matter what, no matter the pain and the suffering that we're going through, is that we have to tell our story. And yes, I am Rush Darwish, and I am from Chicago. When people would ask me, tell me about Chicago, of course I would tell them about our lovely tourist attraction. I'll tell them about our deep dish pizza. And I would tell them about our Italian beef. I'll tell them about the Bears, whenever they're playing good, of course. But I don't do that anymore. When somebody tells me, hey Rush, tell me about Chicago, I tell them that Chicago is home to the largest Palestinian community in the nation. That is what I tell them. And then I tell them the story of Palestine. And yes, I know that Dr. Zogby spoke a little bit earlier, and I know he hit a touchy nerve. And yes, part of that genocide, it goes so deep, even down to the election where historically, as a community, we would be united for that one person or that one political party. Not all, but most of us. But that is also part of the genocide, is to divide us. But let us never forget, whoever you decide to vote for, that is your business. But never, ever forget, we should always be united for Palestine. my friends, the part that hurts me the most as a Palestinian isn't just, of course, the historic land grab. We can get into that, of course. We know that. But what hurts the most, and this is why I'm here tonight, is because they're trying to steal your identity. They're trying to steal our identity as Arab Americans, as Palestinian Americans, whether you're from Yemen or Syria. It goes farther than just land grab. It's our music. It is our clothing. It is our food. They are trying to steal it, and we cannot let that happen. So the question is, how do we solve this problem? Because it is a big problem, and it's only going to get worse. We have got to share our story. We've got to tell our narrative. But here's the problem, is that the Israeli government and the forces around them, the lobbyists here in the United States, are way ahead of us, unfortunately. For the past 80 years, they have spent hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars on TV ads, radio, billboard, TV, movies, telling the story about how we're the bad guys and they're the good guys. And here's the thing, for about 75 of, let's say, the 90 years of Israel and all their media influence, they have succeeded like you wouldn't believe. But thankfully, we got cell phones, and then we started telling our story. We started using this thing called social media, and Facebook, and TikTok. And even TikTok, you know that they're trying to ban it, right? And they're trying to tell you that, oh, it's because of stealing, data, China. That's all BS. Total bullshit. I'm serious. That's called the Israeli lobbyists knowing that we're telling a story about Palestine, and they don't want people to hear that story. So, my friends, it's not just social media. Another important entity is the Arab America Foundation. The content, as Emil and Warren mentioned, thousands and thousands of content that is put out about Arab Americans, who we are, our story, our achievements, our elected officials, our food, the events that are happening. Who else is telling that story? Arab America Foundation are one of the only ones who are telling a story, but here is the problem, is that yes, we have this giant beast that is telling a narrative about who they are and what they do and how bad we are. And here we have an organization like Arab America Foundation that is saying, wait a second, this is truly who we are. And by the way, folks, let me just say this. I know Emil and Warren are talking about the Arab America Heritage Month resolutions that are happening nationally. Never underestimate that, because 20 years ago, when we go to, in Chicago, we go to different government factions, and we talk about Arab American Heritage Month, they'd say, Arab America, what the heck is that? What is that? So it took years just to let everyone know what it actually means. What is Arab America? Where are we from? The countries we represent. So when Emil and Warren tell you that over 40 states are involved, or maybe it's up to 50, and hundreds of resolutions, that means it is working. We are telling our story, and we have to keep going. We have to do more. Do you agree that we have to do more? Louder, do we have to do more to tell our story? Okay, great. So, we thank Sarah so much for the effort that she put in with the auction that we had tonight. And we're not asking for the millions of dollars. The truth is this: you don't need millions of dollars to tell a story. What you need is the truth. And that's what we have on our side. So that's why the amount we're going to ask for tonight, it's much more humble, because again, when you have the truth on your side, you don't have to spend that kind of money, because the truth speaks for itself. But at the same time, we still have an obligation and a responsibility to make sure that we are helping Arab America Foundation. How many people here enjoyed the conference the last 2 days? Let me hear it. A little bit louder. Let me hear it. They worked hard. Emil and Warren worked hard. The volunteers worked hard. So we have to continue doing the work. And here's the thing. We are always talking about, as a community, and this is the truth, we're always talking about how we have to tell our story. We have to be on the media. We have to run commercials. We have to support candidates. The problem is, though, there's a gap, because what we say and what we do is much different, and we've got to change that. And we understand that there's wonderful organizations that are doing great work. Matter of fact, they're here today. Palestinian American Medical Association, they do great work. So we do have to support great organizations doing great work. But at the same time, we cannot give up on this narrative. So with that, I'm here tonight from Chicago to work with you all, to make sure that we can raise some money You have, by the way, I believe you have the donation forms that are on the table. Do you have the donation forms? Yes, we do. We have the volunteers who have them, and they're going to come to your tables. And yes, I'm going to ask some different donation tiers. And the sooner we can get to the goal, we have a minimum. We want to try and get to 50,000 tonight. But here's what you all need to know. We at least have to get to 25,000. That's the bare minimum. Because if we get to 25,000, we have an anonymous donor that is going to match the 25,000 and donate it to Palestine urgent relief and various causes that are happening in Palestine. So that's the bare minimum. But guys, like I said, we know what our opponents, what our adversaries are pumping into selling their story, which is all BS. But you've heard of the saying, perception is reality. And they are willing to spend as much money as possible to sell something that is a lie. We have the truth on our side. We don't need to raise $3 million, but goodness gracious. We've got to help Arab America Foundation out to at least get to 50,000 so we can have more conferences like this, have more panels, have more discussions, and to tell our story in a professional way. So with that, we're going to begin with different donation tiers. And by the way, I don't do much of the fundraising anymore, but for Emmett and Warren, when they say, Rush, you got to come out and fundraise, that's the least I can do. It is my duty to serve Arab Americans. It is my duty to serve Palestine. This is the least I can do for our people and our community. So make my job easier. We're going to start tonight with $10,000. And by the way, never in my life of fundraising have I ever met anyone, never in my life, where I asked you, or, you know, we talk about maybe they had hardship in their life, God forbid they went broke. Never once have they ever said the reason why they went broke is because they donated to an important cause or they gave to a charity. Just so you know. So whatever you give, I promise you, you are paying it forward. It is a responsibility that we have, and it's going to an important cause. One, that is why we're here tonight for Arab America Foundation. You traveled all over the country, including Texas. It's the only one where I was guaranteed to get that kind of cheer, so I might go back to you guys in case I need some help, all right? Okay, the food is coming. You all see it, so let's work quick. Can I get at least the first donation for 10,000? First donation for 10,000, if I can get a hand up for 10,000. It would be a really big help, and we can use it because we've got to at least get to 25. 50 is our goal, minimum 25. Could I get at least one hand for 10,000? One hand for 10,000. If you could afford it, donate it. By the way, Emmett and Warren, this is a 501c3, so tax deductible as well. Could I at least get one hand for 10,000? One hand for 10,000. All right, let's move to the 5,000. Do we have somebody for 5,000? Could I at least get one hand for 5,000? Can we get one hand for 5,000? A donation for 5,000 for Arab America Foundation. One hand for 5,000? We got to get at least one hand, folks, here. Don't make this hard. There's one hand for 5,000. I hope that was a hand. This is not a time to exercise. I will say that. So we got one for 5,000. We have anybody else for 5,000? And by the way, for the volunteers who are going around and doing the donation form, bring them up here because I would love to read some of the folks that are donating. So one more time for 5,000. Okay, let's move on to 2,500. Again, even if you don't want to announce your amount in public, you still have the forms that will be coming your way. Please make sure to donate as generously as you can. So let's go first call for 2,500. Do we have anybody for 2,500? And just want to remind you all, you have your forms, so 2,500. Again, this is going to such a wonderful cause to tell our story of what Arab America Foundation is about. So please make sure to donate generously. And also, anyone who donates today or tonight, you will automatically be enrolled as a member. We refer to them as cousins. So anyone who donates, you will be enrolled as a member, as we call them, cousin. And anyone who donates for $100, make sure to know that you will also be enrolled in the cousin program. All right, let's move quickly, folks. 1,000 is the next donation for folks who can make that donation for 1,000. Please make that donation. Thank you. I see a lot of hands coming up right here, but I also see some dinner coming as well. There's one hand. I see another hand back there. Let's have our volunteers make sure to go around. We also have donations for 500 and also donations for 100. And I just want to leave it at this, folks. This is such important work that ML Warren, the volunteers, this is a national effort to make sure that we are telling our story, that our identity is always here, and never forget that no matter where you come from, say it loud and say it proud. Thank you all so much. Have a great night. Salaam alaikum. And thank you to everyone for being part of Arab America Foundation.
If you can find it in your heart to give, please do. Again, we can unlock $25,000 if we work together. So hopefully we can unlock that money that's so desperately needed. And I just want to wrap up the program. I'm so sorry that it took a little bit longer than we anticipated. I promise we told everybody to keep to a certain time, but so this is what happens. But we thank you so much for joining us. And on behalf of the Arab America Foundation, thank you for your patience, your contributions, your belief in the impact this organization can have when we stay together and when we support each other. We have filled our hearts, and now it is time to fill our tummies. So thank you for being with us, and there is a musical portion of the evening that will begin in due time. Thank you for being here, and have a wonderful night.